So I think I'm in this weird spot in the game right now because when you get to a certain union level, certain database level, there is a cap, or there was a cap, that prevented me from advancing in the quests, and that, and also from leveling up your characters. And so I was at level, I think 40 for the longest time, and then I was like, okay, so I finished all my side quests. Now I gotta level up my Soul 3 phase, which is basically like the limiter on your union level. And so I did that, and suddenly it jumped up like a whole bunch, but it didn't just stop at rank 3, it went all the way up to rank 4. And so I was at level 40, and I basically had to engage in this world where everything was level 55 or something. And so I leveled up some characters, and so I got Encore up to 60, but everyone else, I'm basically just trying to catch up right now. So it took a long time to get them to 50, but I'm still not up to 60, and everyone is level 54. And also I'm not well developed on my well, those guys, the echoes and everything. And so at this point I'm just like, I'll just continue the story. Hopefully the story hasn't outleveled me either, and I can actually do the story. It seems like there's maybe like a few acts left, and so that's where we are right now. So Jinzu Rising, and also there's these companion quests. I think these are the characters in the game. They have their own personal stories. I don't know if there's any benefit to doing them right now, but for now I'm just going to continue the main story. And this one might lock me in for a while, because I think it ends at number 6. So we're just going to continue that story. Does this teleport me to the top? So yeah, the thing about that level cap is there's only one level cap after level 40, but it jumps to 50 and then jumps to 60. And so I feel like they should have one for every 10 levels if you're not ready yet, because I wasn't ready yet. Apparently I can put down my levels, but then I have to, you know, deal with certain other things like lesser drops.
I'm worried something bad is gonna happen. There you are, Rover.
Sorry for keep you waiting.
Remember to check your terminal signals and wear the Academy's protective suit correctly.
That's not what you. That's what it says.
And don't forget to stay hydrated. Now, I have experiments to run. Take
What
care.
she is saying is not what is being shown.
The Academy has noted a concerning rise in tacit field activities. Please use caution when exiting the city.
Is she sending the same thing to
It's
everyone?
just Baija being Baija. She's a little awkward with showing care, but I think it's cute. Anyway, Rover, quick, tell us what happened.
That was a strange expression she made.
The Frax at us again? Ugh, those jerks.
Jian, the general, Jinsi, the magistrate, and Jue, Jinzhou's sentinel. Is there any kind of connection between them?
Connection? No idea. But I did hear General Jian used to be a military doctor.
Why don't we call him Dr. GN?
Speaking of that, I think we'll need to start with a bit of Jinzhou's past. A storyteller near the theater once told us something like this.
The Honorable Madame Jinzi, our great magistrate of Jinzhou, was handpicked by Sentinel Jur. Her status as the Sentinel's appointed resonator is rare among all past magistrates. Our Our Jinzhou was leaderless for years until Jur finally chose her to be the next magistrate, and she answered the call. To further elaborate, we must start with the battle beneath the crescent. The Norfall Barons, scarred by countless wars, discarded weapons scattered like bones. Our soldiers had fought to reclaim the land for years, to no avail. Overthrax, the dreadful Threnodian monster, fed on the frequencies of weapons, turning our fallen soldiers into deadly tacit discords. General of the Midnight Rangers, Geshu Lin, bravely rose to confront the threat. As Twin Moons aligned, General Geshu Lin vowed to vanquish evil, raising his blade against the blood-red crescent that foretold destruction.
Holy cow, that sword is huge.
Blazed with black flames, laying waste to all who dared stand in his way. Victory seemed certain. Until the retroact rain began to fall. Raindrops fell upwards as in the past. Monsters raged, loyal souls fell to blood-soaked sands, infernal carnage. Issuing his last command, Geshu Lin demanded all soldiers stand firm, no matter what happened. Sacrificing his body to the black flames for power, Geshu Lin charged at the Overthrax with all his might, and he was never seen again. After the fall of their leader, the remaining soldiers despaired until the deafening roar of Huanglong struck like lightning. A lone youth bravely stood up to lead a hard-won retreat. After the battle, that young man who tamed the wind ascended to fame, becoming the new general of the Midnight Rangers, selected by Sentinel Jur. On the other hand, General Geshu was blamed for the massive losses that occurred under his command, earning him a notorious reputation in Huanglong.
Why'd he sell his soul?
That battle struck us hard, but our sentinel rose from its long slumber to select a new magistrate who will guide us into the future. Despite the previous disaster, Jinzhou was off to a promising start under our sentinel and the new magistrate's guidance. The people held hope for a better tomorrow.
So my friend was telling me that I was getting the story wrong.
Whoa! First time hearing about all that.
And I'm like, how is it possible? I'm just playing the game and watching the story. But he's just saying that no, Jinsi wasn't sacrificed in that village, and she wasn't like murdered by the villagers or anything like that, or whatever that was. That's whatever I thought about it. But anyways, he was like saying that, oh yeah, and eventually Jinsi is gonna fight Jue, right? And I'm like, wouldn't that make him like, so like, what is she gonna try to acquire his echo or something? Is that what's gonna happen? But anyways, it looks like Jue can bestow his power or just select people for greatness, because in that story he just chose Jiyan, and he's just like a doctor, right? Oh, I also noticed that he had a staff, and it was like a medical staff with the snakes twirled around it. So that's kind of interesting how it's like a spear. But it kind of reminded me of like just a picture of a staff with just a medical symbol, you know, the two snakes. I'm not sure what the name of that thing is, but Caduceus or something, maybe. But anyways,
Maybe the Sentinel had its own special ways of picking candidates. Or maybe it is their incomprehensible ways that set these divine beings apart from us. Their thinking tends to be elusive to the average person. Yeah, true.
Wouldn't be surprised if Jue decided to make me the magistrate one day. Not gonna lie.
I never asked the opinion of the
I
person
understand
selected.
your concern, Rover. Madame Jinshi was only a teenager, and she was suddenly selected to be the magistrate. It must have been so difficult for her. I remember people were skeptical when she first took office. Despite her achievements, many believed she lacked the necessary experience and authority in the political realm. People only showed their respect to Madame Jinshi because they trusted Jue's judgment.
Seriously, Lord Jue knows how to choose him. Our previous magistrates were all top-notch at running the show. And Madame Jinshi, she's already made the city a well-oiled machine in no time. I'd have a mental overclock just trying to keep up with all that paperwork. She was made for this. What is that saying again? Real gold never loses its shine.
Rover, since you were asking about this, did you get clues from your past from Madame Jinshi?
Jue asked me to go find Jian, and if I'll be on a specific time. There's another overseer of the Fraxis lurking in Jinzhou. An organization called the Black Shores has been watching me. Was that the Black Shore? I can't remember the name. There's so many groups, and I can't tell who's who.
The Black Shores? Doesn't ring a bell. It sounds like the name of a place, but I've never seen it on any map.
This flower. It's only a photo, and I can't tell where it came from with my ability.
Every Black Shore member wears a flower like this.
We're still in the dark about Fraxita's plans, and the Norfolk Barrens is too risky. The Black Shores seems to be our only option now. But if we are to look for them with only a photo of this flower, it's going to be difficult.
Since it's about flowers, we should go ask Grandma Lin.
Yes, Grandma Lin runs a flower shop. I'm sure she can give us some tips.
You're making me blush a little. Grandma Lin loves listening to storytellers. I think I saw her earlier. Let's go look for her.
Granny Lin. So this is going to be Act 5. Lin Su.
Oh, hello! Shisha, Yang Yang, what brought you here?
Hey, Grandma Lin. We're here for some stories today. And here's our new friend. Ta-da! We've got the ultimate badass here. The one who can crush
There's no one here.
TVs,
It's just
cook
me.
up echoes, knock Inferno Rider flat, and KO Phalian Baringle with a single punch. The legendary Rover.
This lady looks too young to be called a grandma.
My, you're such a sweetheart.
Grandma Lin, since you're the flower expert, I got a favor to ask.
Show her the Blake
Have
Bloom
you seen
picture.
flowers like this one before?
I'm familiar with most of the flowers local to Jinzhou, but this one, oh, it doesn't match anything we have here. I don't think I've seen anything similar, not even in the plant encyclopedias.
Oh no. If not even a flower expert like you can recognize it, who else could help us?
Oh, Chisha, I'm far from an expert. We've got a plant-type resonator here in Jinzhou, remember? She knows the plants much better than me.
Oh, are you talking about that young lady? I always see her helping out at your store.
Yes, she has been a great help. She knows a lot about everything plant-related. And she is such a sweet child. Her smiles always make me happy. She reminds me of the lovely star flowers.
That's gotta be Verena.
I'd call out to her, "Little Starflower, it's dinner time." And she'd always answer with her brightest smile. What a lovely girl.
Little Starflower.
She's
Where can we find her?
probably up in the back mountain doing some field research. I said I wanted a field in the back mountain to plant my flowers, and she offered to help right away. That's where she is now, checking it out. Go in that direction, and soon you'll see a waterfall. Walk right through the waterfall, then you'll reach the back mountain.
Thank you so much, Grandma Lin.
Oh, anytime, dearie. Don't forget to visit my Penjing shop. I'll have treats ready for you.
I wonder if you're one of the people with naturally white hair, like the platinum white, like Jin Shi has. That if you get older, does it turn gray or does it just stay white?
Bullies, let's race!
Where am I going? So I'm currently using Encore, Yang Yang, and Mortefi
Speeding up.
because they seem to be the strongest. And then I had to just develop a few of them. I didn't want to develop all of them at this point in time. And so those are my guys that are high enough level to get through these bosses that somehow just
This
outpaced
should be
me.
the shortcut to the back mountain. Once we cross the waterfall, we'll reach Mount Pingting. The
Oh my God.
flowers seem to be showing us the way. Let's follow
Flowers? I didn't notice any flowers. Flowers showing us the way. Where? Okay, here it is. Why does this thing go slower
Speeding
than
up.
I am?
Speeding up.
Should I be picking up all these items or are they just trash? Gold!
Speeding up. Bridge of flowers. That's impressive.
Look at these.
Speeding up.
Little girl! Help me! It's weird that there are like little hippies in this game.
Hello? Are you lost? Do you need help?
Are you Verena?
Oops, sorry. I should have introduced myself first. I know it's a polite thing to do in Huanglong. It is. It is a delight to make your acquaintance. I am Verena. My pleasure to have the opportunity to meet with you today.
It's pleasure.
My apologies. I used to live in the New Federation, so I'm not very familiar with the language here.
What's the new federation? Must be a assembly of nations someplace else. Maybe, I assume friendly if you can just come from there and immigrate from there.
Hi, Verena. I'm Tisha. This is Yang Yang, and she's Rover. Grandma Lin told us we should come find you.
Oh, right. Grandma Lynn talked about you. I left those flowers so she knows how to reach me. What seems to be the trouble? If there's anything I can help you with.
We're looking for a special flower.
The black
It's
flower.
an unusual flower indeed. Pure black flowers are rarely found in nature. We can't rule out the possibility that it's been dyed.
In Magic the Gathering, there's a card called, I think it was called the Black Lotus, and it's like $32,000, or at least it was. Maybe it's more now, maybe it's millions. But I remember at a time it was like $32,000 and extremely rare.
When looking at the structure, there are a few types of flowers that seem similar. Take iris, for example. Its petals are similarly oval-shaped, but it has double petals. And it's not viola either, since viola has notched petals. Then there's also the cliff recluse, but this flower has a longer stamen and an extra petal. Lemongrass is also similar in shape. It's native to the New Federation, and Huanglong people may not be familiar with it.
Hey, can you crunch these numbers in private? You don't need to tell me every detail.
Though it has a similar stamen length, it has a conical inflorescence with a trumpet-shaped corolla. Oh, and I almost forgot the peacock flower. It's a single-petaled flower with a similar stamen length. But the peacock flower has a distinct peduncle, while this one doesn't.
Am I supposed to understand any of this?
Wow, you really know your stuff. I learned a lot from that.
Anyway, this black flower does look very special. There are hardly any similar plants in nature. So I'm thinking it might be a newly cultivated species. Also, its veins are somehow cross-shaped. I can feel some faint traces of frequency fluctuations on it too. It's a sign of overflowing remnant energy.
Got that from a photo?
So, my guess is it should be a unique remnant plant, created by a certain type of resonance energy. But in order to figure out the right soil for it, or exactly what type of resonance energy it is, I need more than just a picture.
Gosh, help us out, someone. We don't know what kind of flower it is, and we haven't seen anyone wearing it either. Speaking of that, how does it even work? If I wore this flower on me right now, do I automatically become one of them?
Chizia, wait, what did you just say?
Yeah, I was just saying, if I wore this flower, would they immediately see me as one of their own?
If this black flower is indeed their symbol, the Black Shore members should immediately notice it on you. But to everyone else, it would just look like a peculiar flower. Given that, if they are indeed in Jinzhou City, we may only need to wear this flower to lure them out.
Oh, I see. But how do we get our hands on one?
I could probably make one for you with my resonance ability, if you just need something that looks similar. Come on, Verena, you can do it.
No way! That's amazing, seriously! It looks exactly like the flower in that picture.
Thank you. It's nothing. I'm glad I could help.
It's friggin' amazing! Could you do that again? Please! I love it!
What's wrong, Yang Gang? Look, there's two of us. Yang Gang.
Rover, have you noticed? We've
Nope.
been seeing these black petals for a while now. They're scattered all over the place. I'm pretty sure they're not made by Miss Verena. The streams have been disrupted. Someone has been following us.
You two should head back to the city.
Are you sure you want us to leave? It could be dangerous for you.
Trust me.
Okay. Tricia and I will wear these black flowers and go look for members of the Black Shores in the city. Rover, please be careful. Ring us anytime when you need help.
They have a faint, ominous aura. Let's see, sensor. That does not help at all. Let's just use the waypoint then. I overthought it.
The Fraxidus. What are they doing in a place like this?
Damn that woman. Always getting in our way. And what are you doing?
Weird noises persist. They're coming after me.
Bullies, let's race!
If I climb up to that point, I should be able to get behind that person. Better hide here for now.
Black Shores. Well. That's not a black flower.
Looking
What's on her?
familiar.
It's in her hair. So she's a member of the Black Shores.
Here you are.
Mm.
You're such a box full of surprises.
Why are you following
So
me?
we're playing Truth or Dare now. I see. Oops. Getting angry, are we? Sorry, but it's just so much fun to rile you up.
I thought the flower on her chest was a tattoo, but it's actually like 3-dimensional. It sticks out. And then she has that weird frequency scar there.
You're the very first person to pique my interest like this. You have great potential.
Answer my question.
Okay, so you're not up for small talk. I'll keep that in mind. You're my mission target after all.
Are you from the Black Shores?
Bingo! I'm one of the bloom bearers of the Black Shores. This Blake bloom is our symbol. It represents our mission to save the world. That's what it says in the rules, at least.
Why do all of these people work so underhandedly? Is spying on people like a respectable thing to do? Because I feel like, hey, how about sending a letter? You know? How about representatives in town? Like, what is this sneaking about stuff? And then causing this kind of misunderstanding. And Scar was the same way, except Scar is just crazy. He's socially retarded. So, but this girl, I don't know why she's doing that. She has no reason to do that. They could have shown up a long time ago instead of snuck around.
Our plans? What is it again? Oh, to recruit as many talents as we can and save the world from its impending doom.
Also, her mission statement, it seems noble, but the attitude is so coy, kind of like weird, It's like, oh, I just want to save the children. It's kind of like this weird, like, I don't know, it sounds sarcastic because their mentality and their way of speaking is so weird.
So are you in?
You don't sound like you want to save... That's what I was saying! You don't sound like you want to save the world.
Nuh-uh, I don't. The world? Couldn't care less. If it's all going boom tomorrow, why not have fun while we can? To stop at nothing for more power, take down any prey without mercy, and indulge in all our desires for the ultimate pleasure.
How are you any different from the Fraxidus, then?
Well, I mean, I'd love to live that way, but alas, duty calls. The Black Shores, our garden, is home to many green fruits, and will make you the most special seed among them all. My duty is to nurture and safeguard seeds like you, allowing them to blossom into luscious fruits.
Why does the MC have her eyes closed? It's like putting down her guard.
Then, once the fruit ripens, I'll get to pick it and indulge the sweetness of my labor all by myself.
The heck? That's none of my business.
I like how cold you sound. You're tempting me to push your buttons a bit more. Relax, relax. I'll behave for the time being. No need to be so on edge. I won't do anything strange to you, I think.
Too late.
Actually, I've been diligently protecting you, you know. I got rid of all types of pests that tried to get in your way. Ew, don't mention me and the Fraxidus in the same sentence. I couldn't care less about their petty games, but if they even think of laying their dirty fingers on you, you're mine, and I don't like sharing.
Super weird. Also, you weren't there when Scar was there.
Just a couple tricks and I had those fools flapping around like headless chickens. What a boring crowd.
Tricks.
Whoa, don't tell me you haven't noticed. Enjoyed your nightly rendezvous with that long maiden. You have me to thank for keeping those Fraxidus people away. Well, I've answered plenty of questions already. Now it's your turn.
Is this how you treat talents you're trying to recruit?
Huh.
We've been in this position for long enough now.
Do you think I'd entertain your inquiries if I didn't have a blade on my throat? Anyway, I'm not trying to get any answers from you. But I'll be watching you. You're a very special seed. That I'm very sure.
Everyone in this world is socially retarded and creepy and weird.
I can feel something oddly familiar about you. My name is Camellia.
Okay, this person works backwards.
Try not to let me catch you so easily next time.
And she's gone. That was fast.
Rover, what took you so long to answer? Did something happen?
I met a weird
Is
woman.
that a friend or foe?
she's from the Black Shores.
Did she tell you anything?
A shame. I let her get away.
Phew. At least you're safe. Shuzia noticed a guy acting suspicious. I think she's keeping an eye on him.
I'll be there soon.
Sure. We are in the shopping district. See you then.
Okay. I hope this game doesn't expect me to walk back. Because I wasn't paying attention. Cool. Fast travel. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but my account is pretty bad. So I don't have a single limited 5-star yet, because I played a little bit too late to get Jian, and then I tried to pull for Lin Yin here, and I couldn't get her. There's only like 3 days left, and I'm not sure if I should even try, because at this point I think I'm like 50 pity into her banner, and so I can try to get her, but I might just end up losing because there's like a 50-50 chance you don't get her. And then I'm like 70 in on this weapon I've been trying to get for my Encore, and now I'm like, should I even bother finishing it? Because apparently there's going to be Jin C coming up after these 3 days, and so maybe I should just go for her, because apparently she's like really overpowered in some way. And then over here, there's only 10 pulls left before I get this, which is the last 10 pulls, by the way. And so I haven't gotten a single of these standard characters except through pity, me reaching the max pity. And then I haven't gotten this, and I still haven't gotten this, and this is max pity as well. And so this account is basically got the worst luck. There was no early pulls, and I basically don't have enough to like experiment. And so I'm just like, do I want this big boobed lady? I mean, yes, but at the same time, is it going to be good for my account? Because I really need like a strong character, and from what I understand, this girl's kind of like a sub DPS, and if you want her to be like really strong, you have to like get a whole bunch of copies of her, and at that point I can't really pull that off. And so I guess I'm just gonna wait and just miss out on her, and maybe I'll get her in a rerun if she is actually that good. But looking at it, I feel like I should just focus more on getting a really strong main character to lead everything. But the characters I'm using so far I kind of like anyways, and I want a sword user more than anything, because like I said, I've tried all the weapons here, and so my estimation is that I don't like any gauntlet weapon. I don't like the gun weapons, although I'm using more Teffy, and it's kind of like, it's okay, but I still feel like he doesn't quite have that impact. And then I was trying the Broadblade, and so far I've only tried it on Tao Chi in the skill testing section, the tutorial section, or the character testing area, and I feel like the Broadblades are a little bit slow, but I mentioned this to someone else, and they're like, oh, it's because you didn't get Jian. I'm like, well, it's too late to get Jian now, right? And apparently Jin C is going to be one of those, so if I get a Broadblade user, it's probably going to be Jin C, because at least she'll be like expected to be powerful, right? But other than that, I really like swords the most, and then rectifiers are pretty good, but they're still kind of like, there's something unsatisfying, and you can't parry, I guess, properly with them. I mean, I've parried with them a few times, but it doesn't seem consistent. And so basically I'm just looking to get sword users, and I need a Broadblade user, I think. But apparently the one coming up after Jinsi, Chang Li, is a sword user, and so I'm thinking if I'm lucky I can get those two, but I've already like been extremely unlucky, and this account is basically scuffed, I suppose. But anyways, that's where we are at. Yang Gang.
Rover,
Did they take the
We
bait?
walked the streets, wearing the Blake bloom like you said. Talked to various people, but I didn't hear anything useful.
How about Chishia?
Shizia did say she found someone suspicious. Look, it's him.
Rover, perfect timing. This guy's been sniffing around here for a while now. He keeps trying to talk to the elderly and miners. I've been keeping an eye on him.
What? He's talking to the elderly and minors? I'm glad it says elderly in there, because if he was just talking to minors, that would be kind of weird.
And I saw a little girl with him. She kept turning her head and looking around, but now she's nowhere to be found. This is super fishy. Hey, I'm Patrol Letitia. Sir, business license, please.
But business license? Uh-oh. I'm Alto, just a humble information broker. I've been traveling around, helping people out in my own small way.
I see. So no license. I bet you don't have a fixed business location either, huh?
Business location? Why would I need that?
Now show me your organizational accreditation, please.
Well, I'm an honest broker of information, always open to negotiations at the right price. I'm the all-time intel champ, with more bestseller certificates than I can count.
No license? No clear business plan? You're running an illegal business. Then...
Oh. I interrupted her, but that's because the subtitles didn't show anything else written there.
Who's your supervisor? You should at least have their ID number.
My supervisor? Oh, right. She's like a super big deal. She's an ancient being, born with this planet we're living on. She's the will of the star, the reverberation of everything
Ancient
in this
being.
world.
Are you for real?
So do you even have a supervisor or not?
What's with this girl's nose? There's a shading edge here, but then there's like this line that's really upturned. That's super strange.
What? Come on! I already told you about her. Why won't you believe me?
Yeah, I believe you. I know what's going on. Now, sir, you're coming with me to the patroller station.
Oh, come on, please. I didn't do anything illegal. I was just looking for someone. A little girl. About this tall? She's the kind to stand out in any crowd.
You really think I'm gonna buy that?
Oh, you know, you saw her earlier. It's that girl.
Girl. Pink-haired girl. We're talking about Encore? She seems to bounce while she walks. A short girl.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, how do you know?
I don't.
Oh, please watch out. It's dangerous to run like that.
Why is Verena here?
Here you are. Hooray!
Encore! I've looked everywhere for you.
Back Leave that girl alone.
Yeah, you pervert.
Miss Patroller! She's the girl I've been looking for.
Hello, little one. Is your name Encore? Do you know this person?
Yes! Encore knows him.
Is he your stalker?
Alto sells stuff without a license. He listens in on people for commercial secrets, and he loves pulling pranks on us kids. But he's not a bad guy, really.
Well, he doesn't have a license. And everything he's... That sounds really shifty.
Remember our little chat? What did I say about calling me uncle in public again? I am not that old.
You sound really suspicious to me.
Miss Farina? Where did you meet this girl?
I ran into her near a cliff on my way home. She was eating a poisonous mushroom. I managed to make her the antidote in time. Imagine what would have happened if I wasn't there.
Don't worry. Encore's had plenty of that mushroom already.
Wait a second. She's an ancient being? What are they playing at in this game? Is she like really the meme?
Why did you go to such a dangerous place alone, little Encore?
It's like the 10,000-year-old kid. Actually, when you use her super, she gets devil horns. She's probably like the devil.
Just tell us what you know.
Because Encore must keep an eye on her.
Kids can have such wild imaginations sometimes.
Hey, Alto! Didn't you just send Encore there? Wait, why are they all giving you the side eye?
Encore. Some things are better left unspoken, you know. Since the situation has come to this, I've got no choice but to tell you. Indeed! We're here for business, and it's a crucial one. You want to know what it is?
The hell? Papercraft?
Let's go, Encore!
Hey! Alto! Wait for me!
See ya! We still have a world to save!
Wait! We can't let him get away!
I'll go search in the residential area.
The mist figure of Alto. It's posed in a weird way as if he's eagle spreading his wings. Did he leave it here to mock you? You're not quite sure. In front of the mist figure, there's a floating line of handwriting, also made of fog. We value integrity and quality above all else. New customers enjoy 20% off.
Ah, what is this? Is he mocking us?
I'll go down that way towards the patrol station. I know the streets here like the back of my hand.
The mist figure of Alto is posed in a weird way as if he's stretching his arms wide for a welcome hug. Did he leave here to mock you? You're not quite sure. What's with this extremely low poly figure? In front of the mist figure, there's a floating line of handwriting, also made out of fog. Fate brings us together. May our friendship endure forever.
Here's another split in the road. I'll go look for him in the square. I'll leave the other side to you.
The mist figure of Alto. It's posed in a weird way as he's making a heart with his hands. To leave it here to mock you? You're not quite sure. In front of the mist figure, there's a floating line of handwriting. Patience, please. The answer is right around the corner. Man, is this really necessary? This
Over
wild
there,
goose
at the end
chase.
of that alley.
Huh. Now you're here.
Where are you going to run off this time?
Well, we weren't really running from you. We just wanted to make sure you were alone.
Be good, please. Encore and Uncle Alto won't do anything bad to you.
Everyone in this game is socially weird. Like, everyone just wants to kidnap you in order to have conversations with you. It makes no sense. She just called you uncle again. What do you want from me? Jinju Speedster. Who's Jinju Speedster?
That's enough, Encore. You're freaking our precious client out.
Encore just did as Alto said. Encore is usually a good girl.
Don't be scared, Rover. We just have a few questions for you. Was it your idea to have those two ladies wear those counterfeit Blake blooms and attract our attention? I must admit, they looked quite convincing. If I was an outsider, I might mistake them for the real deal. So, you worked with a plant-type resonator. Interesting.
A plant-type resonator. We happen to know someone like that too, don't we?
Yeah, there are more than one of them out there. Not a big deal. So please, tell us, what do you want from the Black Shores?
My past might be related to the Black Shores.
Oh, really? So that lead about you is right indeed. Like what they say here in Huanglong, the straight hook is for willing fish to bite. Da-da-da-da! Your efforts finally caught our attention. Surprise! The people you've been looking for are right in front of you. Now, how's that for a piece of intel? I'll let you have it, free of charge.
You're both from the Black Shores?
Oh, not that disappointed look. Are we not what you had in mind?
The organization does not have any good representatives so far.
I know you must have a ton of questions for me, but one moment, please.
Who is messaging me? Oh, I see.
As you already know, I'm an information broker. That means I make deals instead of passing out freebies. You want information from me? You gotta give me something in return.
Like what?
Relax, Rover. We just want to make a deal with you. We want you to come with us to an abandoned Court of Savante facility to help us recover a resonance beacon. In turn, I'll tell you everything we know so far.
How about in return, you never talk slowly again?
Our business is centered around customer satisfaction and built on integrity. Otherwise, we wouldn't qualify as consultants of the Black Shores. And since you're a first-time customer, I'm pleased to offer you an additional gift.
If you guys had integrity, you would just talk normally and set up normal meetings.
Here, have this. This should prove you're serious, since you already know what it represents. And if you still have doubts about us, just show it to that plant-savvy young miss. She'll be able to tell. Finally, as a last resort. Encore! Do your cute face! Quick!
What? A cute face. What a dirty move.
Please help us. Pretty please.
It's funny how they make the shine here shake and tremble.
Look at this poor child, pleading to you like that. How could anyone have the heart to decline? The deal's settled then. We'll be waiting for you near this beacon in Whining Ix's mire. And don't forget to come alone, okay?
So this is the first time I actually heard them use different background music.
Rover, did you find them?
Yes, they're from the Black Shores.
What? Seriously? No way.
They gave me this Blake bloom.
As I expected. This flower is indeed a type of remnant plant. And it contains a very unique kind of remnant energy. The concentration is much higher than usual, too.
No way. Are they really from the Black Shores? Psha, not as mysterious as people make them out to be. Well, at least they're good at running. I'll give them that.
What did they tell you?
I made a deal with them.
That place. I only heard it's an abandoned research institution. There is nothing special about it. Because of the dangerous weather conditions in Whining Ix's mire, it's been ages since anyone went there.
Don't worry, Yang Yang. We all know how strong our Rover is.
Okay, Rover, I'll tell the Academy about this, and they'll help transmit your data from the Resonance Nexus. Then, there have been frequent tacit field activities recently. If you're going there alone, please be careful.
Just ring us whenever you need a hand. We'll come rushing.
Speeding up.
We're coming up to an hour about now.
Speeding up.
And hopefully this quest doesn't take that much longer. Because I kind of like to have shorter, not too long videos, I guess. I might just I put up the raw playthroughs, but then also just edit them into like a compilation. Because I don't think anyone wants to watch I just don't understand how anyone could want to watch the whole thing, because even I'm just playing through this. And some of the dialogue is really heavy and long. Watching this really gets my creative juices flowing. And I'm drinking it all up. That's disgusting. Who's writing this dialogue? That's obviously these guys are some kind of pedo kind of guy.
Hey, Rover. I've sent the coordinates of that CSC research facility to your terminal. Now that we're in the same boat, let me fill you in on what we're getting into before we dive in. The Corte Savante is a mysterious scientific research organization. They're best known for their research in automata mechanics. But what really put them on the map isn't that. It's all the bizarre experiments they did. What's with the psychedelic black light coming from Morning Ix's mire? And is that freaky ring in the waters really the lake monster's doing? One day, a daring young scientist soared into the sky and never returned. Could this be the beginning of another diabolical plot?
Alto, why are you telling bedtime stories now? Is it time to sleep already?
What kind of stories have you been listening to?
My bad. Old habits die hard. But a big part is coming right up. One day, out of the blue, every single Corte Savante member vanished. The last words from that mysterious researcher, the Corte Savante Committee's chairman, was this. Ahem. You want my research? You can have it! I left everything I gathered in the Corte Savante's labs. Now, you'll just have to find it.
It's like the opening for the One Piece.
What do you think, Rover? Aren't you curious?
Enough of this, let's go.
I knew you'd be into this like I am. But stories aside, we do have an important mission on our hands.
I'm not even sure what it
Suppose
is.
the magistrate at Jinzhou has already told you what we do?
No.
We've set up resonance beacons worldwide to monitor the lament, collecting data in real time. This is how we predict when the next lament is happening. As the saying goes, one miss is as good as a mile. Every single one of those resonance beacons is crucial. After the Corte Savante researchers disappeared, all of our resonance beacons near their facilities were damaged to varying degrees. Recently, something went wrong with our lament detection system, and we suspected it had something to do with a damaged beacon around the area. That's why we've been sent here, to investigate the case.
You did not need to tell me all that.
While our main goal is to retrieve the lost resonance beacons, we also might find some treasures.
That's what you need to tell me. Let's go in here. There'll be some treasure and you help us out. You don't need to know what it is about.
Alto, even Encore can tell what you're up to.
It's called Seize the Opportunity While I Can. You're just too young to get it. Come
You said
on,
she was an
let's
ancient
go.
being.
Speeding up.
Hey, where am I walking to?
Huh. Is my TD detector working? How come it didn't warn us of so many tacit discords on?
Because they all just appeared out of nowhere.
That's weird. Anyway, let's deal with them, shall we? This is the place. Ugh. Those savants really love their puzzles. No wonder folks never managed to get inside after all these years. Their security's top-notch.
That's because Alto set off the security alarm, and now the gate's closed. Ugh.
Anyway, we've got to figure out how to open it up again.
Okay. Use the spinning device to connect the pathways. Oh, I know what this is. This is in Honkai Star Rail. Okay. Rotate. Rotate. Switch. Switch. Alright. You know, this wasn't locked before. I was able to walk through here before.
This is... Oh, no wonder. Those crazy savants. They were trying to recreate the Retroact Rain. Never thought they could pull off something like this. Incredible. The Retroact Rain is essentially a form of condensed remnant energy from the etheric sea. Various events across space and time from every dimension are recorded in the form of remnant energy. The Retroact Rain conjures illusions of past events for those exposed to it. That rain curtain we saw earlier was probably the result of their experiments. Before the Retroact Rain forms, it goes through 3 stages. In the first stage, it looks just like any regular rain. And what we're seeing now should be the second stage. Water droplets floating in midair, being absolutely still. I've heard of plenty independent studies on the Retroact Rain. Most of the researchers were driven by their obsessions, while some wanted to relive a particular experience, and others yearn to reunite with their loved ones. But look at all these devices here! The sheer scale of this research is really something. It really makes one wonder. What on earth were they trying to bring back with such a massive retroact train? The power system here might still work. Let's split up and find it.
Assembling machinery in a modular way, the automatic mechanics is quite something. Thanks to it, we easily built our new lab. So they built robots to build the lab. Of course, we couldn't do it without the financial support of that Fraxidus overseer. I feel like it would be less complicated and less expensive just to build the lab. You don't need the robots to build the lab, but I guess they're doing something really high-tech, so who knows. We got expelled from headquarters, so then we had to move to Waniax Mire. So this isn't the first place they built it. Professor Heisner announced that the trial's success. I'm getting old, but there's plenty I can still do, and you're still young with endless possibilities. They were once prohibited from research due to dangerous activities and expelled from headquarters, but now they can pave their way forward. Blah blah blah. Because they've witnessed miracles. I'm so glad I could just read that and they didn't have to, like, say it. The Quarter Savante Laboratory is the abandoned site. They decided to use lower levels to create artificial tacit field for experimental purposes. At the center, there's a metal device. And frequency detection devices are arranged around the medical device. Oh, this is the... Must be this thing?
Speeding up.
More of these. I've seen these a few times. Cosmos. It's treasure hunting time. There's a whole bunch of them.
Speeding up.
Two greens. Oh, one of those changers. Okay.
Speeding up. Synchronization.
Ah, no. Ah, no. Ah, no. Let's try this again.
Speeding up.
What's in here? Why is this place so messy? Oh.
How's Subject A038 doing lately?
It has yet to assume a concrete form or exhibit vocalization behavior. In most cases, it remains motionless. However, we noticed some behavioral discrepancies from our initial expectations, and further observation and research would be necessary.
Behavioral discrepancies when it's just standing still?
It's merely a replica after all. It's far from the true form of those gods.
Gods.
By the way, things have been mysteriously disappearing lately. Any idea?
You noticed it too. Thought I was imagining things. And there's weird noises at the lab late at night. I suspect it is something to do with subject A038. Lately, its frequencies have always displayed signs of hunger, but it's been under strict surveillance. That couldn't possibly be 8038, right?
I'll go check the security cameras once more. Let's increase its rations. We can't afford to let it go hungry. After all, it's our last hope now.
A038. What's to say? The rain in the lab lasts much longer than outside, falling for a good 4 years, 11 months, and 2 days since. The impact of witnessing the suspension for the first time is gradually overshadowed by overwhelming despair. Disappointment and frustration spread in the lab. Oh, hold on. Research on retroactive rain. and they got impatient. This transition to Plan B. They failed 37 times. Finally, subject A038 survives. Huge breakthrough. We all knew his replica, nothing more than an absurd imitation of God. Ugh. Night shifts are tough. It's more boring than staring at my tutor's face. Neither task field nor A038 seemed affected, but for some reason A038 feels a bit larger. That was the first time I'd ever seen Professor Heisen lose his temper. So he lost his temper because the guy brought in a whole bunch of tools that were triggered by the alarm. Oh, chest. Okay.
This should suffice for a while. Speeding up.
Let's get out of here. Where was I going?
Speeding up. Synchronization.
Ah!
Speeding up. Speeding up.
Chest.
This is the answer to our endeavor.
Money. There's nothing here. Oh, you don't need this.
Speeding up. Speeding up.
Okay, that's just a waste of time. Why? Have we been doing it all wrong from the beginning?
The experiments have been going smoothly, but we still can't get the desired outcome. Why? The artificial retroactive rain project has advanced to its second phase. We have various evidence that this ancient civilization was the Whining Aches' Maya at some point. We believed we could recreate that divine miracle with the artificial retroact rain. Have we been mistaken? We have no time left. The artificial controllable tacit field should be complete by now. We'll have to rely on our backup plan.
Speeding up.
That Fraxidus overseer has been really generous with his sponsorship. It would have taken us much longer to build this place without him. Though he loves to meddle with our experiments a bit too much. Well, he's our patron. Can't do anything about that.
So you were involved with the Fraxidus, which are basically the bad guys, as far as I can understand.
This lab's location is a bit too remote for me, but I'm okay with it as long as we can keep doing our research.
Yeah. Where else could us maniacs possibly go?
The committee kicked us out like trash. They'll never understand. As Professor Heisen stated, we are embarking on a monumental endeavor with the power to redefine humanity's future. This time, we will make the divine miracle we saw happen again for all of humanity to behold.
What do I do?
Speeding up. speeding up.
Now, this is the last room.
Alto! Rover! Encore spotted something!
Fury boils! Burn!
Rotate, rotate, switch, rotate, switch, rotate, rotate, rotate.
It's getting closer. These will be my final words. If only I had more.
Well, what?
I thought my enemies were misconceptions, waning passion, and my own ignorance. Only in the end did I realize time is my ultimate foe.
This doesn't sound like an
I
elder
became
person's voice.
blindsided by my fear of death and insatiable thirst for truth, eventually derailing our research.
My father's research.
It was too late when I finally came back to my senses. We had already walked into that false gate. Now, I'm leaving my last realization behind. They are our past, but they are also our future. Had I realized it sooner, there might have been a chance to get things back on track. The future being hailing from our past. Please save us once again. Please keep pushing forward until you reach the real gate that can change the world.
I know this person. She has no outlines. No, she does have outlines. They're blue. See, everyone else has black outlines.
Wow! She's so pretty!
Rover, about this person.
Oops.
Knew it.
I didn't see the dialogue option.
Great. Now that power's been restored, the elevator should work. The beacon signal is coming from below. Let's go.
Heck. This person just fell down. Where am I going? Let's pass this wall. Take the elevator to the basement. Oh, well, that's really unclear. Is this their god? The heck, that's creepy as hell. It's like a monster that's also a cyborg.
Clunky monster!
Damn! Those savants never run out of new surprises for us. The signal's coming from it. Did it swallow our resonance beacon? Looks like peace isn't an option. Guys, brace yourself. We'll need to take it down.
Alto, we doing it like we usually do?
Of course.
Then this big guy is Encore's to tackle.
Who's writing this innuendo?
Cody, attack!
What kind of weird purge is this?
see. It's cobbled together from these metal parts. We should target its joints. Use the fallen parts to counter its attacks and destroy its unstable structure.
Silence!
Let me be your blade. Synchronization. Let the winds roar. Don't worry, I can take it.
The heck?
Here we go again.
We got a lightning storm.
This is so much fun.
As you wish.
Wuthering. Synchronization.
Phew! Job done.
Uncut is strong. Told ya.
This person sounds like they normally have a British accent, and they just regularly slip all the time. Like Encore just regularly says stuff in a British way.
According to our findings earlier, researchers who worked here were probably only a small faction of the Corte Savante Committee. They were likely studying an ancient civilization they deemed to be divine beings, but later got denounced from the CSC due to their extreme methods. Somehow, they believed this ancient civilization had once visited the mire, which led to their attempts at recreating those past events with artificial retroact rain. And when they failed to recreate the retroact rain, they resorted to making a replica of the lost civilization instead. To get their desired results faster, they started feeding this replica various frequencies, data sets, and mechanical constructs. And we've seen what that ended up with. It turned into a monster, driven by the frequencies of hunger, devouring everything in its path.
You drew all that from what we read.
It was probably the culprit behind the disappearance of those folks. And I suspect the Fraxidus Overseer mentioned in that log may have something to do with it all. Those researchers, they were too obsessed with validating the divine miracle they experienced.
Hey, you're telling me too
Eventually
much of the
got
story.
lured into the monster's frequencies of hunger and willingly walked into its maw.
We beat the bad guy, just give me some treasure.
The monster devoured them, but not with its teeth. Their own delusions and fear were their undoing in the end.
Right, it's a cautionary tale.
What a crazy bunch. So, Rover, now it's time for me to fulfill my promise.
Where's the treasure?
What do you want to know about the Black Shores?
Nothing. What's the relationship between me and the Black Shores?
I'm just an insignificant consultant at the Black Shores, so I don't know that much about all its hidden secrets.
Wow.
But I believe the piece of intel I'm about to share with you will make this trip worth your effort.
Okay, I'll decide.
This is not the first time you've been reawakened. Last time, you woke up at the Black Shores. Rover, we share the same goal.
How
We're both
so?
aiming to fight against the Threnodians and prevent the Lament Crisis.
Yep, Encore can prove it. The Threnodian is a bad, bad guy, and Encore and Alto are the heroes of justice. So we're gonna stop the bad guys.
That was extremely vague.
I understand. Trust isn't something you could afford to give out that easily. Remember the Blake Bloom I gave you earlier? It's more than just a symbol. It also holds the key to our headquarters. I'm sure it'll come in handy for you. Phew! Anyway, mission accomplished! We've got the resonance beacon secured, plus a sweet bonus of Corte Savante's big secrets. Glad I got you on board, Rover. Looking forward to our future collaborations. Oops. Almost forgot. Gotta check the resonance beacon again, just in case. Wait. This is... No! It can't be!
It can't be!
Hey, Alto! Wait!
Well...
One sheep, two sheep.
The heck? That freaked me out. Oh my goodness. Coming into a long mission flow. Leaving the Disney area will interrupt the current mission flow and you can subsequently continue this person. What?
Encore heard lightning. When there's lightning, it's gonna rain. And when it's gonna rain, Encore should bring an umbrella.
Okay.
Oh, no, 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 no. Alto said when it rains like this, we hide.
She's actually better at summarizing the things than Alto is. This is part of the Court of Cervantes experiment. Uh-oh. Is it going to come upwards?
No. This is... It's the real Retroact Rain.
Oh shit.
Rover, Jinzhou.
Don't like a whole bunch of monsters spawn or something?
Jinzhou is under attack. It's a TD outbreak.
The rain doesn't look like it's coming from below. The Retroact Rain is falling. Dark clouds are gathering above Desert Rock Highland. Oh, the game is loading, okay.
This rain, it's finally happening.
Oh shit, it's Gian. I can't believe I started playing too late.
General. Yes, how's it going?
We have 500 remaining soldiers prepared and medically cleared for combat. After receiving the antidote for Retroact Rain, they have reported minimal hallucinations and no adverse effects.
Oh, there's an antidote, okay.
However, a few veterans still reported sporadic sightings of phantoms in the rain.
This... You know, when I saw those couriers walking around with the big backpacks, I was like, this game looks like it's gonna have like some references to like Death Stranding. And now that I see this rain, it kind of reminds me of something similar with the phantoms and the rain and everything. Yeah, I feel like Death Stranding has a huge influence on this kind of game.
I see. Stay alert. We will continue as planned. Report any signs of potential TD outbreaks immediately.
Immediately.
We march on to the Northfall Barrens as soon as the rain stops.
Aye, sir.
That's doctor to you.
Stronger emotional connection to the affected area leads to more intense hallucinations. That's what they said. I should go for another round of inspection. Make sure everything is going as planned.
Alright, guys. Alright. So it looks like part 5 automatically leads into part 6. And so I'm just going to make an artificial cutoff point for the video right here because it's like an hour and 30 minutes now. So I'm going to stop the recording and then I'm going to start another one.